Hi, welcome you all for this video. Today we are going to discuss about wide local area networks, in which a popular protocol Ethernet we will discuss. Let me see. Ethernet, it was started in 1985. The Computer Society of IEEE started the project called Project 802 to set the standards to enable intercommunication among equipment from a variety of manufacturers. Project 802 is a way of specifying functions of the physical layer and data link layer of major LAN protocols. In a LAN protocol, actually it was started because of defining the physical layer and data link layer functions in majorly some LAN protocols. So here, so the important thing is data link layer is division of two sub layer. One is a logical link control layer, and then one is a media access control layer. And one more thing, the physical layer is not having any protocol, but it supports for all the protocols of an underlying network. So if may use the Ethernet token ring or token bus, whatever you are going to use for it, going to support. The frame formats usually in comparison with the HDLC MAC frame formats will differ with the two fields. The two fields are DSAF and SSAF. We call it as a DSAF and SSAF. DSAF is nothing but destination service access point. SSAF source service access point. These two fields additionally get added to the HDLC frame format. HDLC is having a separate frame format. The flag is like that 0 followed by 610. Here it may be deferred. The whole frame format will be deferred. We'll see. So first we are going to discuss the standard Ethernet. In the standard Ethernet, the original Ethernet was created in 1976 at Xerox Palo Alto Research Center. Since then, it has gone through 4 generations. We briefly discuss the standard Ethernet in this section. I majorly concentrate a whole chapter on the MAC sublayer and a physical sublayer. Okay, let's come to that. These are the 4 evolutions. Standard Ethernet, which provides a 10 Mbps speed. Fast Ethernet, which provides the 100 Mbps speed. Gigabit Ethernet, which provides the 1 Gbps speed. 10 gigabit provides the 10 Gbps speed. In comparison with all the generation, one major thing we can observe that the speed is increased by 10 times of the previous one. And major one more thing is the compatibility is there. Okay, all 4 generations are using the same format. Okay, same frame format, same addressing technique. We'll see the what is the kind of addressing in Ethernet we are going to use that. Let us see Ethernet addressing next. It is a frame format, 802.3 MAC frame format. The fields it is having a preamble, it is of 7 bytes. 7 bytes is nothing but 7 into 8, 7 into 8, 56 bits, which are alternative zeros and ones. So always any of the frame starting of the bits, usually the synchronization bits for the receiver. Alternative ones and zeros tell to the receiver for a synchronization and making its clock with its feed. And second field is of a SFD is of 1 byte 8 bit starting frame delimiter, which was special pattern of bit. That is a special pattern of bit here is 101010 or 11. It is a last chance for a receiver to synchronize with a source. Okay, last 2 bits is indicating 1 1. That is receiver must understand next immediate field what is that is a destination address. This is the destination address is indicated by these two 1 1 1 1. What is there in the SFD? That is indicating next field is destination address. Destination address is of 6 bytes. 6 bytes 6 into 8 is an 48 bits. 48 bits, 12 hexadecimal digits, each 2 hexadecimal digits separated with colon. It is actually the address format, Ethernet address format. Next field is the source address. It is also of same 6 bytes, 48 bits, 12 hexadecimal digits, each 2 hexadecimal digits separated with a colon. Length or type is of a 2 byte is indicating which type of data and which protocol is related to that. Okay, upper layer protocol it is going to specify that. Next field is data and padding. Usually the all frame format is having like header, payload, trailer. Header usually is having the addresses and synchronization information and some other information. Payload is having the user data, actual data, what it should be transmitted. That is comes with the data and padding field. Then last field is of a CRC, cyclic redundancy check. Cyclic redundancy check we use to identify is there any error during the transmission or not. It is a very effective method that CRC we use for find out the error is there in the receiver data or not. Depending upon number of bits, how many you are using, that number of bits of CRC is also varied. You are going to use the 4 bytes, 32 bits of CRC. Let us see the maximum and minimum length of this frame. So maximum length is of 64 bytes, 512 bits, 64 bytes. So sorry, minimum length will be 512 bits and 64 bytes. Maximum length at 12,144 bits. It is nothing but 1518 bytes of maximum data is going to carry. 64 bytes of minimum data it is going to carry with this frame format. Okay, next we see frame length, minimum 64 bytes, 512 bits, maximum 1518 bytes, which is nothing but into 8, 12,144 bits it's transmitted. It is actually the address format what you are going to use in the Ethernet. So in the hexadecimal notation, see 48 bits, 12 hexadecimal, each 2 hexadecimal digits is separated with colon here. So each 2 hexadecimal digits separated with a colon. It is actually the kind of address format used in the Ethernet. Okay, so in this address we able to see unicast, multicast and broadcast addresses. Okay, so 6 bytes, in the first byte you can consider, in the first byte LSB bit. Okay, LSB bit either it is going to 0 or 1. If it is 0, it's a unicast. Okay, so LSB is equal to 0 is unicast, otherwise it's a multicast. Okay, so by seeing any of the address in the Ethernet format, we are able to see that so it is a unicast address, it's a multicast address, it is a broadcast address. The least significant of the first byte defines the type of address. If the bit is 0, the address is unicast, otherwise it's a multicast or broadcast. The broadcast destination address is a special case of a multicast address in which all bits are 1. It is nothing but FF. See on example, define the type of the following destination addresses: A bit 4A colon 30 colon 10 colon 21 colon 10 colon 1A, B bit 47 colon 20 colon 1B colon 2E colon 08 colon EE. So C bit all FF. Now come to the solution. To find the type of address, we need to look at the second hexadecimal digit from the left. Okay, so second hexadecimal digit is indicating the in an 8-bit manner. LSB is indication. If it is given, is nothing but LSB comes to 0. The address is unicast. If it is add, the address is multicast. If it is add, what is an LSB is become non-zero. It equal to 1. If all digits are F, the address is broadcast. Therefore, we have the following. This the first bit as an A is there. A is nothing but 1010. 0 is there in the LSB is a unicast. So second one 47 in the first byte. So second digit is 7. 7 can be represented with 0 1 1 1, means LSB is equal to 1. Other than 0, it's a multicast. Then third one will see all digits are FFF in an hexadecimal format. Then it is a broadcast. We can easily identify by any of the Ethernet addresses is of unicast, a multicast and broadcast. First byte LSB is equal to 0 unicast, first byte LSB is equal to non-zero multicast. All what is the 12 hexadecimal digits are F, 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 F like that. Then it is a broadcast. Okay, so come to that standard Ethernet, in which so many implementations we will see that standard Ethernet common implementations are 10 base 5, 10 base 2, 10 base T, 10 base F. 10 base 5 is used with a bus thick coaxial cable. So it is a 10 base 2 used with a bus topology with a thin coaxial cable, and 10 base 2 used with a star topology with a untwisted UTP pairs. Then 10 base F used with a star topology with fiber implementations. We'll see 10 and all 4 are using the what is the same kind of encoding method, that is a Manchester encoding technique we use for all standard Ethernet implementations. So 10 base 5, 10 base 5, what it is indicating this one? So here 10 is indicating is a 10 Mbps speed. Okay, 10 Mbps the speed of the implementation. What is the base is indicating baseband digital signal. 10 base in this base is indicating baseband digital signal. Okay, baseband digital signal. The 5 is indicating 5 is nothing but 500 without that what is that repeaters, that cable can carry the data up to 500 meter. After 500 meter it needs a repeater, so it can be implemented with a thick coaxial cable. Okay, thick coaxial cables and transceiver cable of 50 meter used to connect that thick coaxial cable to the station using a tap. So it is a implementation. Next we'll see 10 base to similarly 10 is indicating here 10 Mbps, base is indicating baseband digital signal, 2 is indicating 200. Actually the practically it is 185 meter. We represented symbolically like the 2 is indicating. Okay. So 10 is indicating 10 Mbps, base is a baseband digital signal, 2 is nothing but 200, but practically it is a 185 meter. It can be implemented with a thin coaxial cable. Okay, now 10 base T, 10 Mbps, baseband digital signal, T is indicating a twisted wire. It uses the star topology. Okay, central point, where central point get connected with all the stations from there. Next 10 base F. In a 10 base F, 10 is indicating the 10 Mbps, base is nothing but a baseband digital signal, F is nothing but fiber implementation. It is also uses the what is that star topology. Usually fiber, so any of the fiber is going to carry the unidirectional data. You want to establish bidirectional pair of a fiber cable, it will be needed. That is one of the disadvantages. The very good advantages of a bandwidth, but one drawback of the fiber is pair of fiber optic cables needed to establish the full duplex communication. Okay, it is a summary of the standard Ethernet implementation. In evolution of an Ethernet, the first thing is an standard Ethernet implementation, in which you want to discuss 10 base 5, 10 Mbps baseband signal 500 meter is without repeater it carry. 10 base 2, so the 10 Mbps baseband signal up to 200 meter. 10 base 5 implemented with a thick coaxial cable. 10 base 2 implemented with a thin coaxial cable. 10 base T is twisted pair. Okay, star implementation. Okay, star topology we used. These two are used as the bus topology. Okay, 10 base F is uses the star topology. It uses the two fibers. Then maximum length for a 10 base 5 is a 500 meter. 10 base 2 is a 185 meter practically. For 10 base is an 100 meter. For a fiber implementation up to 2000 meter, means 2 kilometer, there is no need of a repeater. All are using the line coding technique, the Manchester line coding technique we used here. Now to the bridge. So what is an advantage of a bridge is here? Without bridge, for example, we'll see the top diagram, what it is, this one. Without bridge, we connected the 12 computers. Okay, what happens, in this case, for example, input line speed of input line is equal to that. For example, 12 Mbps, then all 12 computers share with an 12 Mbps speed. Properly, you may get 1 Mbps for each. Okay, so now come to the bridge concept. While using the bridge, so the bridge is connected with two LANs. First LAN is of a 6 computer, second LAN is of another 6 computer. I am going to treat this as a first LAN. This may be second LAN. The 12 Mbps speed, what is there, that can be shared with, so that these two 6 computers. Okay, these two LANs, then each computer may get the 2 Mbps, like that speed will be increased. Okay, that's what we use the bridging technique. Okay, in which without bridge all 12 computers share the 10 Mbps. Then if you can share with that, all 12 Mbps goes to the every 3 computer LAN segments. Then the maximum speed we achieved with the bridging concept. So in which a switched Ethernet, what actually a central switch, there all we get connected. The whatever the speed is coming, the equal speed shared with all the computers. Okay, for example, 10 Mbps, with all systems are going to get the 10 Mbps only. So full duplex switched Ethernet, so it uses the two-way communications for a transmission and reception. Share a maximum data rate with them all computers which are involving the making of a network. So now come to that fast Ethernet. So the first evolution is of a standard Ethernet, and the second evolution is of a fast Ethernet. In comparison with the standard Ethernet, the rate of the fast Ethernet is 10 times of the previous, the 10 Mbps. Here is a 100 Mbps. It uses the same frame format. Okay, MAC frame format, what you are going to discuss, it uses the same format. The addressing format is also the same. Fast Ethernet was designed to compete with the LAN protocols such as FDDI, Fiber Data Distributed Interface, or Fiber Channel. IEEE created Fast Ethernet under the name 802.3U. IEEE designated as a number for an Fast Ethernet is 802.3U. Fast Ethernet is backward compatible with the standard Ethernet, but it can transmit data 10 times faster at a rate of 100 Mbps. Okay, so that's what all evolutions are very much compatible with the previous what is an technology we established. But it should be use the same format, same frame format. It uses the same addressing techniques, and all will be same, but only the changes is speed will be increased with 10 times of the previous one. Let me see the what are the fast Ethernet implementations. We are going to use the topology, point to point topology. We use that star topology, we are going to use it here. So common fast Ethernet implementations are 100 base TX, 100 base FX, 100 base T4. Like 100 base TX in which what is the 100 is indicating 100 Mbps speed. Base is indicating baseband digital signal. TX is indicating what that a twisted pair cable. Okay, twisted pair cable is an 5 pair of untwisted pair cable. We use that. 100 base FX is indicating that 100 Mbps baseband digital signal. FS is nothing but a 2 wires of fiber. You are going to use that. 100 base T4, 100 Mbps baseband digital signal. T4 is nothing but 4 wire category 3 untwisted pair cable. We use it here. So this is the encoding technique used in the fast Ethernet implementations. What is that? 4B to 5B encoder. Afterward, MLT3 line encoder. Okay, MLT3 multi-line transmitter. So multi-line transmit is one of the line encoding technique. First we use that, then block encoding take 4-bit to 5-bit encoder. 4-bit data converted as an equivalent 5-bit. There is a what is that lookup table counts for that. Every 4-bit of data that is equally converted as a 5-bit type equivalent data has to be converted in the 100 base TX and 100 base FX. So NRZ1 instead of MLT3 multi-line transmit non-return to 0 1 encoder line encoding technique. We use that. The block encoding technique as same as 4B to 5B encoder. We use that in an 100 base T4. So 8B to 60 binary to ternary. B stands for a binary, T stands for a ternary. Ternary is nothing but 3 level of data, like a 3 level of logic data. So that's we see in the next class if possible. Just consider this as a line encoding technique and block encoding technique. Line encoding technique, so many are there: return to 0, non-return to 0, polar form, Manchester form. Like a block encoding technique like 4-bit to 5-bit or any bit to any bit, it comes like that. 4-bit to 8-bit or 8-bit to 60, like that. So many ways is there that we see discuss in the next video actually. Now just gone through that line encoding technique and so block encoding technique. Now come to this is the summary of a fast Ethernet implementation. 100 base GX, 100 base FX, 100 base T4 are the common implementations. Media, what you are going to use the category 5 untwisted pair or single twisted pair. In 100 base FX you use the fiber. 100 base T4 you use the category 4 untwisted pairs. Number of wires used in the 100 base GX is a 2. 100 base FX it is 2 again. 100 base T4 it is a 4. Maximum length is of all will be of 100 meter only. After 100 meter there will be need a repeater. Block encoding technique in 100 base TX is a 4-bit to 5-bit, and 100 base FX is the same as a 4-bit to 5-bit. Then line encoding technique we used here MLT3 multi-line transmit 3, NRZ1 8-bit to 60, 8 binary to 6 ternary line encoding technique used in the 100 base T4. Now come to the gigabit Ethernet implementation. Gigabit Ethernet implementations in compared with the what is the previous implementation? The 10 times will be faster. Okay, the need for an even higher data rate resulted in the design of a Giga Ethernet protocol and 1000 Mbps. The IEEE committee calls this as an 802.3Z. So the same thing you are going to discuss about the MAC layer and physical layer. In the full duplex mode of Gigabit Ethernet, there is no collision. The maximum length of the cable is determined by the signal attenuation in the cable. We properly not mentioned here. See practically what will be the attenuation in the cable. Depending upon the attenuation level in the cable, use the repeater. So these are the topologies we use. That point to point topology we used in the gigabit Ethernet. Star topology we use that. Two stars, hierarchical stars we are going to use in the gigabit Ethernet. This will be the topologies we used in the gigabit Ethernet. So gigabit Ethernet implementations are 1000 base XX, 1000 base LX, 1000 base CX, 1000 base T. 1000 is indicating that 1000 Mbps. Base is nothing but a baseband. The digital signal SS is nothing but shortwave fiber. So LX is indicating the long wave fiber. CX is indicating the copper. T is indicating the twisted fiber. Okay, encoding in a gigabit Ethernet implementation, 100 base XX, 100 base LX, 100 base CX, all three are using the line coding technique NRZ. Line coding technique and block encoding technique is 8 bit to 10 bit. Okay, 8 bit to 10 bit, you use that. Okay. Okay. Okay, in which TENDES uses the pulse amplitude modulation encoding technique. So four-dimensional pulse amplitude modulation encoding technique. Next, we'll see that summary of a gigabit Ethernet implementations. So 10 base SX uses the fiber shortwave. 1000 base SX uses the fiber shortwave. 1000 base LX uses the fiber long wave. 1000 base CX uses single twisted fire. 1000 base T uses the category fire untwisted fire. Number of fires used here, and then 1000 base SX is 2, 1000 base LX is 2, 1000 base CX is 2, 1000 base T is 4. Maximum length, so for a 1000 base SX is a 550 meter. There is no repeater for up to this distance. 1000 base LX is up to 5 kilometers. 1000 base CX is 25 meter. 1000 base T is 100 meter. Block encoding technique, what we are going to use in the 1000 base SX, 1000 base LX, 1000 base CX is of same 8 bit to 10 bit. Line encoding technique we used in the 10 base SX, 10 base LX, 1000 base SX, 1000 base LX, 1000 base CX is NRZ, and 1000 base T is the pulse amplitude modulation technique. Next is it is a summary of a 10 gigabit Ethernet implementations. The implementations are 10G base S, 10G base L, 10G base E. Media we use the short wave 850 nanometer multi-mode, a long wave 1310 nanometer single mode. So extended 1550 millimeters single mode. Fiber optics we used in a 10 gigabit Ethernet implementation. FDDI, fiber data distributed interface. Maximum length is for 10G bases is a 300 meter. 10 base L is a 10 kilometer. 10 base is a up to 40 kilometer. E is nothing but an extended. L is long. S is indicating a short fiber. So this is of this, what is that, wide LAN. Next we'll see remaining.